the ancient city of LYEH, a name that sends shivers down the spine and stirs the imagination. LYEH is an enigma, a place where reality itself bends, where the laws of physics don't apply, and where something far more terrifying lurks beneath the ocean's surface. But what is LYEH? Where did it come from? And why does it hold such an eerie, magnetic allure for those who dare to study it? In this video, we'll delve deep into the mystery of LYEH, unearthing its origins, its significance within the broader Cthulhu mythos, and the unsettling truths it reveals about the universe itself. Along the way, we'll explore the nature of the city as Lovecraft envisioned it. Lovecraft's descriptions of LYEH are intentionally vague, yet deeply unsettling. It is a city built not for human beings, nor by any civilization we could comprehend. The structures are enormous, monolithic, and seemingly constructed with no regard for the limitations of physics. The architecture is described as cyclopean, a term Lovecraft frequently used to suggest vast, alien, and incomprehensible proportions. But perhaps the most disturbing aspect of LYEH's design is its non-Euclidean geometry. In simple terms, this means that the angles, the structures, and even the way space itself behaves within the city are beyond human comprehension. Imagine a place where a right angle isn't 90 degrees, where a straight path might not actually be straight, where buildings seem to shift and distort as you look at them. The descriptions of LYEH create a feeling of unease, of being in a place that defies logic. It taps into the fear of losing one's grip on reality, of being unable to trust one's own senses. The rise and fall of LYEH. One of the most intriguing aspects of LYEH is that it does not remain in one place forever. The city is said to have sunk beneath the ocean in prehistoric times, only to rise again when the stars are right. But what does this actually mean? In Lovecraft's mythology, celestial alignments dictate the fate of beings like Cthulhu. The Great Old Ones are not bound by the same rules as mortals. They are creatures of cosmic significance, their very existence tied to forces far beyond human understanding. LYEH, as Cthulhu's resting place, follows this same pattern. It does not simply lie on the ocean floor like some lost ruin. It shifts, moves, and waits. The rise and fall of LYEH is not something we can control or even predict. It is an event dictated by the movements of the cosmos itself, as indifferent to us as the changing of the tides or the drifting of the continents. But when LYEH does rise, it brings with it an even greater horror, the awakening of Cthulhu, and the madness that follows. No discussion of LYEH would be complete without talking about its most infamous inhabitant. Cthulhu, the cosmic entity of nightmare, is the reason why this city is so feared. When a LYEH rises from the ocean depths, Cthulhu is freed, if only for a time. Lovecraft describes Cthulhu as a being of immense size, with a grotesque, tentacled face, immense claws, and vast, leathery wings. But the true horror of Cthulhu is not his physical form, it is his presence, his very existence. Unlike traditional monsters that hunt or attack their victims, Cthulhu does not need to do anything to cause terror. Simply knowing that he exists is enough to drive people insane. And that is precisely what happens when LYEH rises. Madness spreads across the world. Artists, poets, and sensitive individuals begin experiencing nightmares, their minds filled with visions of the sunken city and its awakening god. Strange cults gather, chanting the infamous words, "Funglui Mugalwanaf, Cthulhu LYEH Wagahanagal Fatang." In his house at LYEH, dead Cthulhu waits dreaming. This suggests that Cthulhu is not simply sleeping in LYEH, he is dreaming. And his dreams are so powerful that they affect the waking world, twisting the minds of those who are unfortunate enough to be sensitive to his influence. The cult of Cthulhu, worshippers of the Great Old One. Throughout history, various cults have worshipped Cthulhu, awaiting the day when LYEH will rise permanently and their dark god will awaken. The most famous of these cults is found in the Call of Cthulhu, where a secretive network of worshippers, stretching across different continents, gathers to perform ancient rituals in honor of the sleeping deity. These cultists are not ordinary people. They are often deranged, influenced by dreams and visions that drive them to commit horrific acts in Cthulhu's name. Their ceremonies are filled with strange chants, human sacrifices, and symbols that defy rational explanation. The cult's origins are unknown, but they seem to have existed for thousands of years, possibly dating back to the time when LYEH last walked the surface. Some believe they are guided by Cthulhu's telepathic influence, his dreams reaching into the minds of the weak and susceptible. But humans are not the only ones who serve Cthulhu. The Deep Ones, LYEH's servants of the abyss. Another terrifying connection to LYEH lies in the existence of the Deep Ones, an ancient, amphibious race that worships the Great Old Ones. These creatures are described as humanoid, but with grotesque fish-like features, bulging eyes, webbed hands, and slimy, scaly skin. In The Shadow over Innsmouth, Lovecraft explores the terrifying reality of the Deep Ones and their ability to interbreed with humans, producing grotesque hybrids that eventually transform into full Deep Ones themselves. These beings are rumored to inhabit underwater cities such as LYEH, an ancient metropolis hidden beneath the sea, but they are also believed to have a connection to LYEH itself. The Deep Ones are more than just mindless monsters. They are intelligent, ancient, and utterly devoted to their dark gods. Some theories suggest that when LYEH rises, the Deep Ones will emerge in great numbers, ushering in an age where humanity is no longer the dominant species on Earth. LYEH is more than just a setting, it is a symbol. It represents the hidden, lurking horror beneath the surface of reality. The idea that beneath our world, beneath the things we take for granted, lies something ancient, alien, and waiting. And when the stars are right, LYEH will rise again. The Deep Ones will crawl from the depths, the cultists will rejoice, and Cthulhu will awaken from his dreamless slumber to reclaim the earth. The question is not if, but when. If you enjoyed this explanation, consider subscribing for more content like this. See you in the next video.